Okay guys, so last video I showed you briefly my vanity mirror with these LED lights on them. For this video I'm going to be showing you how we actually applied them to the mirror. Before, we hadn't actually run the wires behind the mirror. These LED light strips were just attached with brackets. But in this video I'm going to be showing you how we put the wires through the back. So there's no wires that you can see coming out of the mirror. So here's the supplies that you will need if you want to do this project yourself. We have 3 12-inch LED light strips and then 2 16-inch LED light strips, which depending on the size of your mirror you'll want to figure out how many you can fit on there. So that's what we got, and we also got these universal light extension cords because the ends of the light strips are not long enough to go through the back and then attach together, so we have to get an extension cord. So we're using a drill bit with a larger drill to make room for the cords to fit through for these pieces. And the size of this is 3/8? 3/8 drill bit. Okay. We're also using measuring tape to pretty much just figure out how things go and where to drill the holes, and then scissors for whatnot, packaging and everything like that. Okay, so we're going to be showing you how we drilled the holes through here. Okay, so I'm actually going to have my hottie husband show you guys a little more in depth because he's actually the one who's doing it. I know, it's pretty painful to look at him and our beautiful children and beautiful backyard and this gorgeous day. So you guys are getting an extra treat here. Alright, so tell me what you're doing, babe.
Alright, so we take the light strips, making sure that we have the right one, of course, and first thing we want to do is measure out, kind of pre-plan all the holes and the different light strips. This hole width is 36 inches, so we got 3 12-inch strips here, and we have about a 1/4 inch in between if we wrap the cords underneath, so you kind of have to account for a little bit of fluff in between the strips as well as on the ends to make them pretty close to even. We drill out a hole in the location where we want to put the strip, and as you can see it's a pretty large hole, and the reason for that is because we want to actually have it large enough to fit the connector through there. When we feed it through, we want to make sure it's male-female to match the other strip that we have in here already, and then we'll go ahead and mount the brackets that came with the piece here once we kind of get it lined out and evenly space them. But once we place it in here into the hole, we can have it go all the way down. We line up the strip, and the goal is to have the hole, most of the hole underneath the strip here, and have it line up so you can come straight down. So you'll see that most of the hole is actually covered up. If you want to do some sort of putty or something like that and then paint it silver as well, you can go a little more hardcore that way. But once you get it in the hole, you're ideally trying to line up your next location. You could pre-mark these if you want, or I just eyeball it a lot of times. I take the 3/8 inch drill bit here and line it up. A lot of times I like to take something to mark my position. Like I was using this just to mark my location where the end of the strip is. And then take the drill bit, making sure to go a little bit past so we'll have just enough so the cord can wrap underneath. And then we'll drill it out here. So once we drilled that out, of course it's too small of a hole to actually fit the adapter. You can see it's not going to fit, so we kind of have to work it a little bit with the drill bit. And these of course are square and round holes, so you kind of have to play with it, and the easiest way to do that is just by leaning the drill bit a little bit left and right, and that'll get the top surface kind of cut to the size that you want, and then you can kind of work it back and forth. And the key is not cutting out too much, just cutting out just enough to fit the adapter in there. Still got a little more to go. And I don't want to go that way at all, because that'll cut out more that will be not hidden by the light fixture. So ideally what it should look like once we get it in here, there we go, we twist it so it's aligned properly and get it down, and then what you should see is hardly any of the hole, because most of it's hidden as we planned. And then the last thing I like to do once I get it all lined up is then you can just slide it back out and put the brackets in. Of course, I have a couple other little holes here, but they'll be hidden by the light fixtures. So I just eyeball these roughly. You can get more technical with measuring tape and stuff. But we just eyeball these and get them roughly there. I'll switch out from my 3/8 inch drill bit and switch over to my Phillips head. And if you had 2 drills, that would make it even faster. I'm trying not to set the drill on the mirror just so I don't scratch it, because there's debris on the mirror, and that'll make it scratch up, make it worse. So we want to eyeball this, get it close, and drill that one in, and I'll do the other one real quick. And then we should be able to snap these in. And the cool thing is they'll hold them in place and kind of help hide the cord. We can just pull the cord down so it's aligned there. Now we just drill another hole right next to this one and just keep moving around the light fixture, so eventually it'll be this one here and then this one here, but all the cords will be hidden. The last thing that we should probably show is underneath. We want to cut open these packets here. I always like to cut open packets, that way if I ever had to return them, you just slice the side without tearing it all apart. And a lot of times stores, if you just tape it a little like that, they'll take it back and resell it because it was still packaged well. But if you take this guy, and on the underside, you'll see where the 2 holes right here came through from our last 2. We'll take that and we'll just connect these 2. Sometimes when you stick it through the hole, it'll have debris on it and stuff, so you may need to clean it off a little bit. But there we have an extension basically, and this will just be hidden flat against the wall, so that'll make it so we don't have to worry about trying to bend the wires and not have them connect well. But yeah.
Okay, so the final steps of this project were just completing all of the strips, lining up all the strips and attaching them and running the cords behind and everything. And so we got them all on there, and the last one we actually attached the cord to the very last one that we put on. And so all you have to do is all these ugly cords. If anyone has a good idea to like make this a little prettier, I hate like that this shows all these cords down here. So that's something else I kind of want to fix. But yeah, so this is just the cord that it comes with, and it's just a little turn knob, and so you turn it on, and voila! Way, way better lighting. I actually opened up the back blinds so you can't quite see how bright they are, which maybe I'll do that real quick. Okay, so you can kind of see the lights a little better now. It's not quite so bright in our room. I closed the blinds. But yeah, so there's the lights. And I'm so excited. It looks so much better. All those cords are kind of tucked behind now. And it just looks like way more professional. And I wish that the little like light bulbs showed up in this, in the picture, but it just looks like one light. But it's actually, it looks really pretty in person because they're all like little, tiny little lights. So it looks really cool. But yeah, so that is my lidded vanity now. It looks so cool and I'm so appreciative of my sweet husband doing this for me. Okay, so you guys thought I was done, but I am the type of person I can never leave well enough alone. If a little bit is good, a lot is better. So we actually had one extra strip that, it's actually a white light strip. It's kind of more of a neon, like clear. These are like yellow. This is like kind of a clear color LED light. So I just kind of like laid it back behind everything and it makes it like all this kind of stuff glow, which actually looks pretty dope if you ask me. So if you guys, I'm kind of like wanting to put these light strips around everywhere because it makes everything look really cool. You can like put it underneath your cabinets, attach those little brackets like to underneath your cabinets, or like put them in your bathroom or bedroom, like behind your bed maybe, to kind of make it glow. Yeah, pretty much the coolest thing ever. So just wanted to share that one last little idea with you. If you want to make your jewelry or your makeup glow, super easy. I didn't like attach it to anything. I just set it on there and plugged it in. So yeah. Mwah! I'ma be